Attempts to keep the pestilent Xiongnu at bay with lavish silks and other coveted items have met with limited success and always appear as weakness on the part of our government. Efforts to locate their camps and exterminate the problem at its source are even more difficult, as the nomads move like the wind, much swifter than our mightier but more heavily laden armies. It seems the only recourse is to continue the long wall, making it of sufficient height and width that the barbarians' horses cannot vault it. West of the great loop of the Yellow River, along the Silk Road at a place called Jiayu Guan, you are to establish a settlement and stretch the Great Wall westward once again. The weather is dry here, and the rains unpredictable. It would be advisable to keep an adequate supply of food stockpiled in case the crop should fail. The hills and rocks hide loads of iron ore, however. Using a new smelting process requiring more intense heat and quantities of wood to stoke the flames, steel, a new metal even stronger than iron, can now be produced. Troops armed with potent steel blades will have a sharper edge with which to smite any foe.
Yeah, they all have a sharper blade, don't worry. Hey guys, welcome back to Empire, and it looks like we're going to Jiaguan. I think that's how they said it. I can't remember how to say it. It's Jiaguan, I think that's what it was, yes. So we're going to build an Earthen Great Wall section, have 4 trading partners, and a yearly profit of 2,000. These goals are actually really easy because of a lot of particular reasons. Let's head to the city and pause. Here's the Great Wall section, kind of just here. You can't really see it, but it's there. Again, another desert mission. We've got a lot of trees here. Can we cut wood? No, we can't cut wood, so that's going to be a bit of a bitch, because we're not in the paper era yet. So, the hardest thing about this mission is not the fact that you can get to certain goals rather easily. The difficulty is you've got to get 270 wood or something from the Earthen Great Wall. Steel furnaces need wood to make steel, and your tax collectors still need wood, so that is a lot of wood to import, which means that the main difficulty of this mission is trying to figure out how you can stabilize the wood imports. This mission would probably be a lot difficult if you had requests, but there isn't any as far as I know. We can build elite housing here, but we can't really evolve them that high, so the main purpose to these is simply to can these not be built out on there? That's strange. Okay. Basically, the purpose of the elite housing is not for improving your military, because you can only build an administrative city in any case. The point of it is because if you go to your religion tab, you have like all the ancestor heroes, all the Confucian heroes, and a couple of Daoist heroes. As you can see, Mencius is in the city. Unlike Lu Lan, that means that we can just get him here, bless the trading posts, and make the profit go without any difficulty at all. So, making some of these goals is going to be rather easy. The only lengthy goal is this monument, so that's going to make it quite difficult. In terms of where I'm going to put things, I'm going to try and just keep it small and simple like I did with Lu Lan. We have millet, wheat and hemp, so we can grow our own hemp. So we've got 3 food types and a bit of salt, that's fine. I'm not going to bother putting down tons of elite housing. I'll put down like 1. That's a bit mad. Why you say that that's not strange. So basically I'm going to go plan out a housing block. Well, before we do, let's see, we're here in Jiaguan. We've trade route with Kashgar, that means we can import jade and sell carved jade, that's pretty good. Meeting the trading goal is easy enough. A couple of cities will open trade if you ask them. I think we'll need Chengdu for the wood or something, I can't remember. So this mission is more about micromanagement of 3 different locations. So the bulk of the city for the housing is going to be here. All the trading will happen down in this kind of little corner here. This will all be connected up to a tiny salt flat area, which will also be selling off to various cities. Getting these in the right place will be important because I'll need to make sure that this space is used efficiently so I can get perfect harmony. So I'm going to go and plan out a housing block. We only have 15,500 strings of cash, so we don't have that much. So I'm going to go out and plan a housing block just here, which is going to go out in this kind of direction, and we'll see how it turns out. Right, so here's my housing block. Unfortunately, I kind of put this in an awkward place. Although I could put this here and have the thing in good harmony, it meant I couldn't put things like the tax office down. So, in terms of the elite house that I want, I'll just kind of dump it somewhere on the map. I won't actually provide it with any food access. I mean, I might just put down a single marketplace with hemp and ceramics just to keep it running, and I'll just have a Confucian Academy next to it. So yeah, I've got a farm here that I'm going to have obviously hunting. So let's unpause the game. I've also cleared out some of the trees around this bit because I need to access most of this. So let's just drag the road out like this, and let's put down well, let's put down a wheat field because there's no requests, so we'll just put down a wheat field. We don't need more than that. I put down a Dawish shrine because I think I'll probably try some of Ziwamu, but it's not really important if I don't. 1, 2, 3, like so. And again, I've got this outside the block, so that's okay. So I'll come back in once this is stable, and I'll also put down the trading posts and all that. Down here. This game seems to be running a bit slower than it normally is. Let me just check. I'm going to set it to 80. So I'll come back in once all the houses have been filled. So our houses are all filled up now, so that's good. We're getting plenty of people in. We can hold 16 more people, but this is obviously not going to be enough. I'm going to fill up this block with as many houses as I can. Obviously try to avoid putting things there. Let's see. I'll probably have one wheat field here, one of the other types of food here. I mean, I might just go with one wheat, game meat, and salt, or maybe just import food, just to try and get the other types of food that I need. Because I don't want to really waste the space, because obviously if I waste the space, that'll make it harder to put things in perfect harmony. Now, I know that the ideal situation would be to barter stuff. I'm not going to barter for money. I'm just going to import jade and export carved jade because that's just like the easiest option. So I'm going to put down a couple of jade carvers. So obviously, can I put that there? I can put all these up here. Well, not all of them, but I can put at least 1 or 2 of them up that side. And let's just put down 1, 2, 3, and import 4 jade from Kashgar. And let's just fill this up with carved jade only. And this will act as my homage gift for now. Excuse me, folks. Sorry, I've got a really bad throat this morning again. So the harvest is just coming in, which is good. We've got a bit of wheat. We'll also, oops, I better just change these orders. So that's going to accept wheat. We're going to accept game meat, and we're going to get salt from another warehouse. I'll probably import food from like Yin or something. I'll most likely import the millet from them, and I'll export ceramics or something, I don't know. We better try and open some trade routes. Let's open trade with Chengdu, Luoyang, and I think we'll just send diplomatic requests to as many people as we can. That'll do. I'm pretty sure Chengdu opens trade straight away anyway, but we'll see. They need bland food. They're not going to get the food yet because I haven't put anything down for it. But we've got some bad harmony. I think it's because of the cliffs that they don't like. Oh no, hang on. They've suddenly got good harmony now. Okay, fine. Let's just do a line of houses along here. I want to fill this up with as many houses as I can because obviously the more houses the better. I don't have to build another housing block. I want to try and complete this mission with only one housing block. And I'll have to leave a space there for a tax collector. Let's just put down a bunch of statues. Like so. Like so. You might notice my mouse is a bit jerkier than it normally is. It's because I've got a new mouse for my computer, which is nice. It's going to pair up with my new mechanical keyboard, but that doesn't really matter to most of you. Just do that. There we go. So we're getting a bit of food into the city, which is good. That'll stabilise everything. So we're importing a bit of jade, we'll make some carved jade, and that'll act as our basic homage gift. And Chengdu Yin is rejected. Okay, so Chengdu's open trade with us. They'll sell us 24 planks of wood. and they buy salt. So what I'll do is, now you might think that steel is not worthy of an export. It actually is a really good export, because of the fact that you can make so much of it out of the tiny amount of iron here. So I'm going to probably set up a weapons export to Chengdu. Let's put down a trading post here for Chengdu. They'll have to go some distance to get up to the salt, I'm not bothered. If I have to, I can just put an intermediate in the middle here for storing salt if I absolutely have to, but I don't think I'll need to do that. So I'm going to have about 3 trading posts down here, because I'll have another one there in Luoyang's open trade. We'll have one there, and that'll be that. And then any more I'll have to just kind of get crammed up into this tiny little bit over here. So the people are coming in. Once all the people have come in and we've stabilised the city, I will come back in, yes. And I'm going to try and get Yin opened up. So I'm going to try and make some ceramics out of this tiny little watering hole and just see how that does. And I'll obviously do that. And so I'll come back in once that's stable. Right, so our house is now completely stable and filled up. Since we've got plenty of food, let's put down a food shop. In terms of hemp, I'm not really sure if I'll just import the hemp directly from someone, because then that'll save me workers having to put down a hemp field. I mean, since I'm only going to be growing wheat and importing the other food if I really need it, I might just go ahead and put down a hemp farm like down here. Simply because this area is going to be connected up to the rest of the city in any case. So what I'm going to do is, can I put that there? So that'll go like this, and I'll just roadblock it just there. Now, where's the administrative city? The administrative city can just slap bang right in the, right there actually. So let's do that. We're going to have to put down a tax collector. Now, I'm going to have to try and import wood here. Where's Chengdu's trading post? Still not placed, let's put it down. Now, I'm not importing all that wood, there's no reason to import it right now. I'm going to put down 2 planks, because that's enough. And then what I'm going to do is have a storage yard over here that's going to get it. So we'll just set that to get wood. I wouldn't get that much, I'll just get like 4. And this will be like where I'll get stuff that I need for the city, like, I don't know. But we'll see. So we're getting food into the city, which is good. And I think what I'm going to do is, I've said, I'm going to just import the wood directly into the city. Not the wood, the hemp directly into the city, because then I can just save money at the moment. Although saying that, I did say that I was going to put down hemp farms, so what am I talking about? Let's bless... Ooh, who should I bless? Let's bless Shen Nong with 2 jade carvings. He's happy. The jade carvings, I'll just go to that at the moment for blessings. So let's just put out some stuff here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Let's put down a hemp field like so. So if that's fits in there, that'll be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That would just be off the thing. So we'll not put any more than 1 hemp field. We won't need that much since we're not making paper. So, you know, profit. I'll just put a roadblock there, just so they don't go out to that hemp field. So we now need to get some hemp into the city. So this warehouse will accept tiny amounts of hemp. I won't have that much building up in the city. We don't need tons. We need 108 more people in the city. Let's set this up to very high to try and get some workers in. And we also have wood getting imported, and they're going off to get it, which is good. So again, a bit of carved jade building up in the city, which is good. That'll be our homage gift. Let's give 2 carved jade to Nuwa, just to keep her happy, and I'll give the rest of it off to Hongdi in a minute. Once we get our workers, what I'll do is I will then put down some salt and stuff up here. Not like tons, but as much as I can get, really. Let's turn off this daily shrine. We'll use access to a daily shrine right now. I am kind of conscious of the fact that I think we should probably put down a fort at some point. Since there's plenty of open space, I'm not really fussed about where this thing goes. I mean, I might even just stuff it down at the bottom here just to kind of put it somewhere, because everywhere is good harmony for it, so I'm not too bothered about where it goes. Oops. Let's just kind of put it there. With a roadblock so no one goes out to it. And I'll also have to make some weapons with that one fort being there. Since we can only build one fort anyway, I'm not bothered. It might as well be put down straight away. So we've got a bit of food in the city. We need to obviously boost that. Let's put the agriculture up to high so that these run a lot more efficiently. They'll send out more people. Now the ceramics that I make will go straight to Yin at the moment because I need to get them open with trade so that I can import second food types. And I'll import the other food types down here. I'll have to destroy a couple of trees maybe. I might even stuff up the back here, I'm not sure. I mean, there's plenty of space for kilns. I can put them all along this bottom bit, so I'll just delete that bit of road and then have the guy go a bit further. So I don't think I'll make tons of ceramics, but I'll make enough to make it as an export. So the food isn't really stable at the moment. I'm going to get the wood, which is going to go into this tax collector and get that running. We're making a bit of carved jade here, plenty of it to use as homage. Are all the gods happy? No, we'll just send off 2 jade carvings to Huangdi. He's happy, now we don't have to keep anyone happy. And why does it tell me where we have ancestral healers? Is it because all of them are happy? I think it is. So I'll let this run and I'll come back in a bit later because I need to let this stabilise obviously, and once I've started to sell carved jade I'll let you know about that as well, and I'll obviously plan out this. So once all this housing evolves with a bit of hemp, then I'll come back in. Oh, no festival, never mind. Our hemp supply isn't really that big. I'm kind of thinking that maybe I should put down another hemp farm somewhere, or just import hemp. I'm not sure, because this one hemp farm certainly isn't going to provide enough hemp. Well, I think it's because it was the first harvest. Somehow Nuwa entered this city, but I'm not too fussed by that. We are making like so much carved jade now, which is great, and all of it is just going to go to homage. Well, not homage at the moment. It's going to go to export when I've got plenty of it. And since Luo Yang also buys carved jade, I'll sell them carved jade, and I'll also sell them a bit of steel as well, which will give us profit. Weapons will go to Chengdu, so we have plenty of money to make. So I'm going to put down, I can't put that in there, but I can put it there, just at the edge. Oh, and foreign emissary from Chengdu wants to give me some wood, that's perfect. Let's just put that there. So we can sell carved jade to a couple of cities and make a massive profit. Let's set this all the way up to very high just to get that gift of wood into the city. With this large amount of ceramics, what I'm going to do is gift it to Yin because we want to open trade with them and sell ceramics and import militant bee curd. So I wonder who sells hemp. I think Geozo will still sell his hemp, so let's send them a diplomatic request. And what I'll do is I'll import a bit of hemp, I'll make some hemp and I'll import a small amount to kind of balance it out at the moment. So there's plenty of carved jade in stock. So what I'll do is once this Kashgar guys come through, well once both of them will come through, I'll just sell it all off, straight off in one dump. Now, how many employees do we need? 30, and we're running out of cash, so that's why I'm kind of wanting to get the profit going quickly here. What's the hazards like? No hazards at the moment, which is good. Oh, gift of wood, there we go, take it. I'll just set that all the way down to the 2 that it was at, so that's okay. The food supply is really erratic at the moment, that's why I want to get this trade route with Yin opened up and I can import some more food. So that's us imported all the jade that we can. We're going to now sell carved jade in their droves to Kashgar just to get rid of it because I don't think her gods are upset. Oh, well, Nuwa's a bit upset. Let's give her 4 ceramics because that'll keep her pleased. Right, so we'll sell off all this carved jade. Makes a huge profit. Oh, the price of silk's gone up. Being grateful for the ceramics, good for them. And it looks as if we're really struggling for food in the city. No one's able to get hemp because I haven't provided them with hemp yet. But at the moment I can't seem to really stabilise the food supply. It's not really going the way I want it to go, but we'll see. So we'll sell off all this carved jade, and if it fills up I'll just sell off more to Luo Yang. I don't think I'll need to do that, but we'll see. let's just set, I'm going to set this so it only ever gets plain food. We're never going to give them appetizing food because I don't want the elite housing to have that. Now let's sell carved jade to Luo Yang because there's a space for it. He's not going back to the thing for some reason. Oh, Jozo rejected the trade agreement. Okay, fine. So they sell me hemp, so I can import a bit of hemp. I don't think we can make lacquer ware. No, so that's okay. Where's Nuwa? Dismiss. You don't need to be here. So we'll sell off a bunch of carved jade, hopefully reach that treasury goal in one fair swoop. That would be nice. We've only got 3 trading partners, so once we've stabilised our income and got enough trade partners open, I can just let this run for the monument, because that's all that'll be needed. You know how to build a section of the Great Wall, I don't need to explain it. You get wood, you put the wood in, you give them labourers stuff, and then that's it. I mean, it's hardly rocket science to build it. And of course, I'm going to have to come through this tiny gap here. Look, here comes the Kashgar people. Let's see our profits skyrocket. There we go, straight up into the air it goes. We made a nice healthy profit. Now we're just going to sell as much as we can. We sold all the amount that we can, so we'll just sell off the remaining carved jade to other people. Luo Yang sells more silk. So now all we have to do is really keep this stable and keep our income as high as we can without importing too much. And then we'll reach the 2,000. I mean, 2,000 is pretty high, but not high enough that we can't avoid it. So these guys have all got plain foods now, so now we just need to give them hemp. And the hemp harvest is just about to come in. So once the hemp harvest comes in and we've got enough ceramics to sell off, I will come back in. The hemp harvest is coming. A big supply this time because we've let it pass, so that's okay. Let's put down a hemp shop. And these will all boost straight up to the right level with plenty of hemp. That'll give us more workers. We've got plenty of ceramics in stock now. So we go to Yin and give them 8 ceramics. That allows us to open trade with them. We can start trading money. Trading money, no, we can start importing food. They bought, no, they haven't bought all of it. Here comes the next wave of money coming in. Let's see. There we go, big profit. That's us. Okay, now we just have to stop importing anything and wait for the year to turn around, and then we'll be basically ready to just let this run for as long as possible. And once I've got the workers, obviously I will turn down this wage rate and put some salt stuff up here. I don't think we'll need salt, but we'll see. Let's just put down a couple of these. Well, I'll do that when we've got enough for that. So let's see, have we made the profit? So the year changed round, have we made a profit? 3,088 from carved jade. Perfect. So now all I have to do is build this section of the wall. We've stabilised the city with just carved jade. We didn't even need to barter. Oops, I've got a bit of water somewhere, hang on. There we go. Right, so we've met the profit goal. Getting another trade partner is going to be easy enough because Yin is now respectful, so we can just open trade with them. This mission is way shorter than I was expecting, and now that we've met the profit goal, there is no longer an onus on me to make any profit, because even if I make less than this, it doesn't register because it only ever registers the best. I think I've mentioned it before. It only ever registers the highest amount. So if I get like a profit of 1,000, it won't register that, and it won't prevent me from reaching the goal. And Kashgar's buying less silk, who cares? Now we need to import more jade to make money. We're getting a bit of unemployment in the city, which is good. Pardon me. So we've got plenty of workers to now put down some salt mines. We've got 427 more people, that'll be perfect. So I'm going to let this run. Well, actually, hang on. I'm going to put down some steel furnaces, I think, because we now need them. So let's put down 2 of those. Let's import far more wood. Let's import 8, because we don't need that much, but we'll import plenty. There we go. So they'll go and mine out some iron from this a little bit. I'll show you how steel making works, really. So I'll put down a storage yard here to accept steel, and a storage yard down here to accept weapons. Like so. And we'll make a profit selling weapons, pretty much. So let's put down a weaponsmith. They're all bad harmony there. I think it's because of the grassland or something, I'm not sure. I'll leave a gap just there so I can obviously let them get to the iron quicker. So we're importing a bit of wood, that's good. Now we really need to hope that Yin will come back in and trade with us, because then we'll just be building the wall, which I can just do in a separate recording session off camera anyway, and just kind of join it in. Trade with Yin's opened up. There we go, 4 trading partners, there you go. Easy enough done. Let's set this up. We're going to import... Oh no, we can import hemp from Yin. I didn't even notice that. So we can import a bit of hemp from Yin if we're having problems with hemp in the city, like we are right now. So we'll import 4 hemp. And I'm going to import a little bit of millet. I'll import 8, and we'll set this up to get 8 millet. Except 8 millet. I won't put salt mines down, that's a waste. I don't think we'll need it now that we're importing food types. So we'll sell off ceramics to Yin because we don't need it in the city. So now that we've basically met the profit and trading partners goal, all I have to do now is start prepping the work for this monument that we need to build. So I'll let this run off camera, and I'll come back in near the end once we have completed the monument. So it's going to be a rather short part, I know, but it's because there's nothing really to do. And it looks as if I didn't even need to summon Mencius at all. So it didn't matter that I couldn't put down an elite house, you don't need it. And so I'll let this run, we'll obviously stabilise our supply, and Chengdu now sells more wood, that's perfect. So I'll import far more wood. All this wood will obviously end up in the stuff over here, so I'll have like a warehouse over here just buying and getting all the wood and putting it into the city or something, I don't know. So I'll let this run, as I said, and I'll come back in when we've completed the Urban Great Wall. Oh, economic prosperity Kashgar. So most... well, obviously. Reports from abroad indicate that Kashgar, under the leadership of Shi Zhu, is experiencing economic growth. Large amounts of cash are flowing into its coffers, and the city's industries are more productive than they had been before. Well, yeah, it doesn't really mean anything, it's just telling you go and export tons of stuff to them because they're like really, really profitable now, so give them like tons of money. And this is kind of going well. I've moved the trading post for Liu Yang over here. So I can just import the wood directly for the monument over here instead. I need to try and get rid of this 4 stacks of wood that I've kind of got. All this is stable. I've evolved the housing over here to include ceramics, just to kind of boost the workforce a bit, so that's helping. I'm importing bean curd and millet from Yin, and I'm going to put bean curd in there. I'm not going to get salt. It's just going to be 4 different food types, we don't really need to worry too much about that. I've provided ceramics, but it looks as if they're not getting the right level of food because they're not getting enough food types in. So that's okay. I need to get rid of this 4 stacks of wood and then stop having wood getting into the storage yard. I'm going to sell weapons and all that as my additional types of stuff because I'm going to open trade with Jozo and sell weapons and Carj to them. I'm going to sell like all the stuff that I can to people over here because that'll be easier. And the only reason there's a storage, a warehouse over here for Chengdu is just so I can import wood for the furnaces. But we're not importing that much in any case, so never mind. I thought I might as well just mention that just in case you wondered. I'll let it run again. Oh, foreign emissary from Liu Yang wants to enter the city. Whatever for. Why they want to give me a bunch of wood? Well, that's very helpful, but I don't really have anywhere to put it. The monument's coming on well. I've got Ziwamu in here. You'll notice that I don't have that much cash. I'm not really making much money at the moment. Not helpful in any sense of the word, but who cares, right? This warehouse is just going to accept gifts of wood if I really care to import that much wood. So I've got the trader at Jiaozu opened up, which means I'm selling off weapons and Carj to them. I'm also selling weapons to Chengdu. I'm also selling salt, because I've established a salt industry up here. I'm selling salt off to Kashgar and Chengdu as well, just to try and make some extra profit. And we're kind of clawing it back there. I'm not really going to bother with selling steel. That can just be sold if I really need to make a bit of money, but I don't think anyone other than Liu Yang buys steel. I think maybe one of these 2 border cities will buy steel, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll let it continue running again, and I'll come back in once this Great Wall is done. So the Great Wall is almost done. I've only got a couple of carpenters and then some dirt has to go into. This has been a nice mission. I had to build another house there because we had some problems with employment. My profit's up to about 11. I've got enough, about 11,000 in the cash, in the purse strings. But I'm not actually gaining anything because the amount that I export is being the amount that I'm exporting is kind of nullified by the amount that I expend. So even if I gain a profit of 2,000, that profit of 2,000 disappears eventually with all the imports. So I expanded our steel industry to make much more steel so I can make more weapons, and I have random droughts which are caused by a scripted event. They're not upset ancestor heroes, simply because it did say that the rains might not come, so that's a drought relating to that. I'm no longer making game meat because it was so inconsistent. So the only food type that I'm making is wheat. I'm importing 2 food types from Yin just because I want to import the other food types, and then salt is making up the remainder of it. The salt that I've got is just going straight to the gods because I have like way too much and I can't even sell it off anymore. I can't even sell enough of it. We've got plenty of carved jade in stock. I'm not selling it all to Kashgar, I'm not selling it to everyone else anyway. I moved the Jeozo trade post over here because I opened trade with Gansho, so I could sell tons of steel because I've got like ridiculous amounts of it in stock now. I had to rearrange this a bit to get it all in, but it works. So now we just have to wait for the labourers to go and put their dirt in, and I'm just going to stop importing wood, we don't need any more. The wood might as well just go to the heroes as well, really. I'll just leave that there because it's a legacy, who cares. So I was actually able to complete this mission without summoning Mencius. That kind of proves that you don't need Mencius in most missions. To be honest with you, I mean, even the profit goals are not that big. So you do have access to Confucius heroes. You don't need them. You don't need to bother providing anyone with Confucianism access. You don't even need to put down an elite house. I assume that they put in the elite house simply because of the wood thing, and that would have killed off a lot of money for people. Oh, there's a vulture, which is going to kind of glitch through the Great Wall. Okay, almost. Yeah, it's kind of glitching through the Great Wall, but never mind. There is a tower that's just kind of out of sight that you can't really see, but that's kind of annoying when that happens. So just the gatehouse and then we'll be done. I did mention, but Jiayu Guan is actually the terminus point of the Great Wall of the Desert. It's where it starts in the desert, so there's nothing to the left of this. Anyway, Great Wall complete. Your enemies are howling in rage at the magnificent wall blocking their routes into the heart of China. Yes. So, all goals done. Let's get out of this horrible mission, head back to Luoyang and build another, continue building our capital, because that's more interesting, is it not? So let's just give, Hongdi's now exalted, fine for him. I'll just give a bunch of wood to get rid of it because I have way too much. There we go.
A job well done. The great wall your laborers have constructed in this parched land is sturdy and strong, not unlike the city it protects.
Yep, so that's us done with Jiayu Guan, and in the next part we're going to head to the last mission of the Han Dynasty. We're returning to Luoyang. Thanks for watching, see you in the next video guys, bye now.